Thanks for taking a minute to take a look at this. My name's Dale Calvert. I appreciate you watching. This is primarily designed for network marketers or former network marketers who are now involved in some type of investing platform. And there's dozens out there on the market. It seems like more are coming and going all the time. And I just want to share with you some personal experiences and things that I hope you'll really consider and think about. I've been watching this whole trend for many, many years, and I have come to the conclusion that all every single investment platform are all basically Ponzi schemes. And I don't say that for any other reason than to try to prevent people from putting a lot of time, energy, and effort into something that's ultimately going to disappear. They're either going to take the money and disappear and run, or they're going to be shut down. And again, I've been watching this for many, many years, uh, really over about 30 years. Now, I want you to understand I'm a crypto investor. I have a site just dedicated to crypto, cmgcrypto.com. On that site, I share my top 10 coins, my picks for publicly for 2023. And I'm talking about individual coins. I'm not talking about investment platforms. And it doesn't matter if we're talking about crypto, if we're talking about the Forex market, all of them are basically the same. And they've all proven to be, and again, we have to learn through history, but they've all proven to be scams. And I believe in multiple streams of income. I absolutely do. And we generate incomes from multiple different sources. But these investment platforms where you deposit money and they pay a guaranteed amount every single week or every single month. And the key here, the real key is if they have an affiliate link where you can share these platforms with other people, stay away from them. They're not going to last. They're just not. And again, uh, I love this, but how many times do we need to be reminded? If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. We've heard that all our life, and it's great advice. And I understand how people get sucked into these. I sincerely do. But if it sounds too good to be true, ladies and gentlemen, it probably is. I love this quote from Winston Churchill. He said, "Those who fail to learn from history are doomed to repeat it." And I realize many of the people that we're speaking with and talking to, they've never seen these type platforms before. They don't understand the history. They just ran up on it. Somebody shared a link or whatever, and they looked at it and probably looked at it and looked at it and looked at it, and then decided, well, let me put a little bit of money in. They did. They got a return. And then they put a little bit more and a little bit more and a little bit more. Ladies and gentlemen, I've heard this story so many times over the years. I get it. I sincerely do. I understand. But again, I come to the conclusion that all of them, 100%, are scams. And I'll tell you why. Number one, professionals in the Forex market, professional Forex traders, it's pretty well documented, lose about 95% of the time. So when you invest in a Forex platform and you get a positive return week after week, month after month, what does that tell you? It's not realistic. And again, I sincerely understand where you're coming from. I got involved with one of these programs years and years ago. It was called 12 Daily Pro. And I don't even remember how I found out about it, but it paid 12%. You deposited money into the account, and then it paid you 12% every single day for 12 days. At the end of 12 days, you could cash out if you wanted to, or you could reinvest, or you could add to your original investment. But it was 12% every single day for 12 days. And it was, I put about $500 in it the first time, and I couldn't believe it. I mean, I couldn't, that was my first exposure. When I talk to a lot of people that are getting involved with these platforms for the first time, I have flashbacks to my 12 Daily Pro days, and I remember that, and I got excited about it, and I told some friends and relatives about it, and I did it, and there was a gnawing inside of me, honestly, which is probably inside of you, that if it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. But I cycled 3 times, and I had, at the time, it was over $10,000. I was getting ready to deposit into my next cycle. And then just something in my spirit said, you know what? I'm not feeling good about this. I called every person, and I'd referred at the time probably 8 or 10 people. I called all of them and said, "Look, I'm not feeling good about this. I'm not going back in it. Uh, when you cash out on wherever you are on your cycle, I would really think about it before you go back in. And please, one particular kid, he had told his parents, and I said, tell your parents the same thing, you know, and they didn't get out, and then they blamed me for years afterwards. That's the way these things play out. So 12 Daily Pro, again, it was eventually cut out. And again, this is way back in 2005. Okay, so we're talking years ago, and it ended up being shut down by the SEC after they had ripped off people for about $50 million. And all of a sudden, one day, you go to the site, and it wasn't there. And it wasn't too long after I got out of it that this happened. So again, I could give you example after example. Many of you probably heard of Zeke Rewards. I had a friend that was ordered by the courts to pay back $400,000 in ill-gotten gains. So if these things get big enough, and most don't, most take the money and run before very many people find out about it. But if they get big enough, because the owners, the people that started, get greedy, and they get big enough, and the courts come down on them, they are now coming to people that were promoting it, like my buddy, and demanding that they pay back their ill-gotten gains. Now, that's something I don't have time to mess with. I don't want the drama, and you probably shouldn't either. But you can do your own research. Again, the owner got 14 years in jail, and they were operating a $900 million Ponzi scheme. And again, I had a lot of people that were calling me, trying to get me to invest, get me involved in it. And I knew from my experience of watching 12 Daily Pro, there's no way I'm not touching it with a 10-foot pole. And the friend that ended up having to pay back 400,000. I mean, he's told me every time I've seen him since then, Dale, I wish I'd listened to you when you were trying to tell me, hey, get out of that. It's not legit. But he didn't. I have friends that lost tens of thousands of dollars with a crypto project called OneCoin. Again, very popular. Many of you probably heard about it. This lady, it was a $4 billion scam with a B around the world. She got convicted and immediately got on a plane, disappeared, and I don't think she's been seen since. $4 billion scam. I could go on and on. Everybody knew that this was a scam. Big Connect. Some of you probably seen it, looked at it, maybe got involved with it. And a lot of people looked at it, and it was very tempting, and people couldn't resist. And they jumped in this program. And of course, it went down. It was a $2.4 billion scam. Uh, there's a lot of people that we were talking to through direct outreach a few years ago. And, a lot of burnout network marketers got sucked into a program called Cash FX. And a lot of people that spent, 8, 10, 12 years in network marketing had trouble duplicating, never really got into the rhythm of what it really takes to build a duplicating team. And they got pulled into this Cash FX, and there was warnings all over the place in countries all over the world. And we would send people the video saying, here's the documentation. Here's the warnings that have gone out. Get out of that thing. Quit promoting it to people, because they're going to lose money and you're going to lose money. And people just ignored it. In one ear, out the other. And of course, they get the hammer comes down on them as well. Now, I say all that to say this. I understand how people can get sucked into these. Again, 2005, 12 Daily Pro. About a year ago, a very good friend of mine contacted me and was telling me about IX Global and a crypto investing platform. He said, "But Dale, this is different." And he told me the whole story. And that friend had been to the oil wells where they were mining oil, and they were doing commodity based cryptos, and they had bought a beverage company that was doing bottling for different companies, and the whole story. And a friend of ours, a business associate that I know, had made over $1 million promoting this. And it sounded phenomenal, and it sounded unique, and it sounded different because it's a crypto based upon commodities, gas, oil, uh, precious metals, and so forth. And I spent a lot of time, effort, and energy really turning over every rock I could, listening to every interview I could, a lot of time. And I called my friend back and I said, "This is either the most elaborate Ponzi scheme in the history of America, or it's real, one or the others." And he laughed and he said, "Dale," he said, "I promise you, it's not a Ponzi scheme." And he had been to, I don't know, Africa, or one of a foreign country, to one of the events, and he was sold out on it. So I ended up getting involved, and that was about a year ago. And then here last month, I think it just blew my mind when I got this news. I didn't put a lot into it because, quite frankly, I just haven't had the time to really sit down and do my due diligence at the level I want. But I lost money because, then the press release just came out. SEC obtains emergency relief to halt Utah-based company's crypto asset fraud scheme involving 18 defendants. Well, this is actually the company called DebtBots, which through IX Global was providing the crypto program that was being promoted. And, the sad part about this, it names the defendants, and one of them, Travis Flaherty, is the business associate that I knew that had made over $1 million. And I was excited and happy for him and his family. And, he was actually my sponsor. And I just hated to see all this come down. But after this happened, I came to the conclusion, all of these, because if this is a Ponzi scheme, they're all a Ponzi scheme, without question. Without question. And this was a long running one, you know, years and years and years. I'm thinking over 11 years in business. And then they moved into this debt box concept idea, commodity based cryptos. So I'm just trying to caution you, and I would ask you, why not build a real business with real customers and something that you can be proud of? And some people think, well, Dale, I went down that route. I got so sick and tired of trying to motivate people and keep people on auto-ship and all the challenges that come with building a network marketing team. And I get those and I understand those very well. But I will tell you, in 2023, this year, we had people that started in a new vertical with us back in November. So about 11 months ago, 10 months ago. 10 months ago, we moved into this new vertical. So far this year, we already have 2, 4, 6, 8 people that have made over $100,000 in commissions this year, from zero to over 100,000. And by the time 2023 is over, I believe we will have between 30 and 100 people that will make over $100,000 a year. And I tell you that to say that we know what we're doing. We know how to find the right opportunities at the right time in history, what to promote. We understand how to build teams in a franchise type approach that we have mastered over the years. And whoever shared this video with you can let you know and can communicate with you and share with you a video that I hope you'll take a real serious look at. It's called 100K Side Gig, because even though we're going to have between 30 and 100 people this year that will make six figures, right now we've already made a pivot into another brand new business that just launched 30 days ago. It's the most unique, one of a kind product in the history of network marketing. It's in a $450 billion niche with zero competition. We have no MLM competition right now, and we never will. And you need to take the time to really wrap your mind around this story, because this is going to be a blast. It's a fun niche. We can have a lot of fun, help a lot of people realistically, make a lot of money, and be involved with an opportunity in a real business with real customers and real products that I sincerely believe will be here 30 years from now. And we have many people that have been involved in many different platforms. And once they really check this out, most of them say, well, Dale, I'm still going to do what I'm doing over here, but I'm going to take some of my promotion time and I'm going to invest it into this because this looks unique. It looks legit. I understand the market, and, I want to diversify some, because if this is a scam, uh, I don't want to get caught holding the bag. So it just makes smart, intelligent business sense to diversify. But I'm sick and tired of the lotions, potions, and pills. I don't want any part of that. But what I'm seeing here, if you will do your due diligence, you'll see it too. You will see it, because it's a totally different ball game when for it's no fun trying to sell your product or service. It's no fun trying to convince customers to change brands. That's no fun. That'll burn you out quick. But this is in the collectibles market, the $450 billion collectibles market. I'm talking sports cards, baseball cards, hockey cards, football cards, Pokemon, Star Wars figurines, Beanie Babies, Barbie dolls, Legos toys, collectible games, collectible toys, and the list goes on and on and on. $450 billion market, no competition. And this is what I'm going to leave you with. And if this connects, then you will get back with the person that shared this video with you and said, hey, I need to learn more. I want to do my due diligence. And they'll send you to a site to do that. But here's the connection. If people want what you're selling, you'll get rich. What do collectors want to do? Add to their collection. Let that sink in, and please get back with the person that shared this video with you. Check out this 100K side gig and let them know, hey, I want to do my due diligence. I want to learn more. Again, my name's Dale Calvert. Thanks for watching. I hope I've said something that will prevent you from making the same mistake that so many people have made over the years. Literally tens of thousands of these investment programs have come and gone over the years, and I'm convinced 100% of them are a Ponzi scheme. And I know that's hard to hear, but I sincerely believe it's the truth. And I hope you'll get back with the person that shared this with you and said, hey, it makes sense. Collectors want to add to their collection. $450 billion niche. Yeah, I need to learn more. That's my hope and prayer. You have a good day. Again, my name's Dale Calvert. Look forward to meeting you in the near future.